to make a CSGO team, you need a star AWPer, some riflers and an IGL, and then some support around them. So how on earth did Apeks make a team out of 4 support and an AWPer, and did the impossible at the major? And today we are seeing how Apeks became the second team ever at the major to win a game 16-0. Enjoy. It's a pistol round, and Greyhound is not letting the foot off the gas with a very aggressive mid-take. This mid-take is being done possible with a window smoke from Greyhound, as well as ins taking space in apps. When you do a fast play like this, the enemy will always be more aware of this for the rest of the game for aggressive plays, and you will stop the enemy in doing something as aggressive as Apeks was trying in this round. So the mental conditioning is already starting in round 1. Apeks on the other hand went for no utility and was relying on a strong mid play with Jacob and Nok jumping out of the window, but I do not think they expected the mid rush by Greyhound, and Nok is caught off guard. Something to take note of here is that Apeks have no players on A, like at all. This is done possible if the mid play work out and you win mid control, since then rotations are faster. Over on the B site, and JL have to come up clutch and kills the Apps player. And this is where the cracks in the strat comes to show. Since Ins was alone in Apps, there are no possible way of trading him, and Greyhound have to just continue out on site. But now with no Apps control, you can see what this allows JL to do. After JL heroics with 3 kills, Greyhound do a premature peek, seeing Vextai die, and now it's a 1v1. And Seiko make light work of this and they take the pistol.
Oh, and Alistair just tucks, just hides behind Firebox. Seiko has to make a lot of noise, but he's gonna hone in on it, and the Berettas get the better of him.
It's been smooth sailing for Apeks, who now have 5-0 lead over Greyhound. And this round is usually when teams will try something new. Greyhound is on a weak buy, while Apeks have saved up a lot of money and full bought. Here Greyhound does what all investors tells you not to do, and put all their eggs in one basket with a B rush. And a B rush usually works if you can check some boxes. The first box is a united rush, so good spacing, no one is baiting. The second box is purpose and a goal for the rush, and this can be planting the bomb, getting some kills, winning the round. Third and the last is that the utility have to be spot on. Greyhound for this rush have only one smoke on Vexit, who uses this in top con to try to sell a fake. And I'm gonna be honest here, using the only smoke you have for a fake is not the best decision to do. Apeks do not take the bait, since when window is not smoked, Jacob have clear vision to see what's happening and can easily tell that mid is nothing to worry about. And Apeks quickly realize that it's a B rush, and look at Apeks' position on B side, with Nok in market, JL and Kixon on short. None of the flashes are flashing any Apeks players, and as I said, a rush only works if the utility is on point. And when it's not, you're going into a meat grinder and Apeks quickly shuts down the round.
Someone's got to keep it moving. That's true. Util comes over. Nice flick out of Nok. Just a sigh of relief as the split comes up the catwalk. JL turning all directions, and Nok is still alive and fighting.
I think if Greyhound would have done any of these smokes and had one less flash or two, they would have had a better chance, since Vexit still managed to get behind and get a kill before he was taken out. In round 12, Apeks is going heavy on the mid take, with 3 players going mid, 2 underground and 1 window. This is done to the perfect, since if we look at Greyhound, they have set up an A execute with 4 players. Apeks play will reveal where Greyhound is, and a fast rotate will be strong in this round. Greyhound mid's player rotate too fast, and this leaves Greyhound with almost no map control running out on site. Usually in these rushes and site focus round, you want a player or 2 just to take some map control elsewhere, so something like this does not happen. Greyhound runs onto site, and with no CT smoke and a bad flash to try and blind Nok, it doesn't work out. With as well delayed smokes and quite a weird smoke setup for the site, this makes the whole round impossible for Greyhound, since now they're stuck in Palace, Ramp and Tetris, the 3 spots they started to execute from 10 seconds ago, and Apeks wins the round.
So the disconnect when the attack, the flash is good and they don't actually exit.
Stiko regains vision, still gets a chance at an additional kill, and JL slides forward into the bomb site. Alistair may get one, but Stiko will stop that, and the Palace player's dead, looking like a 15-0 at this rate.
Apeks again with a fast mid play. This time they sent 2 players in window and 1 player into connector. Here Apeks is not aware of Greyhound's play. While Apeks were taking mid fast, Greyhound set up a fast mid play as well, with this smoke and Ins out of catwalk. Here Ins misses a crucial kill, and Nok, who have found a one way in the window smoke, gets the trade. This immediately ruined Greyhound's plans. since Inns, if he got this kill to con, would have had so much room to work with. So now Greyhound have to get out, and A site is a target again. But wait, where are the utility? Going for this play, they have 2 Molotovs, a smoke and some flashes. But when they walk out, not a single piece of utility have been used. And this is not how you want to execute a stacked A site with an open war. So for Greyhound to learn, this would have been a better way of taking A site with all the time you had.
Disjointed now at this point. You know, it's just starting to reek of desperation with the flood out from Palace. They want something, just anything on this T side to give yourself some kind of a chance, because yes, that comeback did happen.
Last round of the half, and the breakdown. Apeks have more of a normal setup with 2 players mid, 1 A player and 2 B players. Greyhound on the other hand is yet again trying something fast. And Inns shows us great understanding of timings and position. He will be fast enough to get up cat, clear connector and turn around to get the short player. This is only possible with the perfect patting and pacing. So well done of him to find this. Is this the way Greyhound breaks the curse? Noak gets a good trade, but Greyhound is going out on B. And here it's the first mistake. Lias jumps out of the window and Zico have to take the 1v1 on Car and loses to Kixon. And since Lias jumped out alone, he gives Kixon another 1v1, and Kixon's job on Car now is to just stay for as long as possible. And when Lias gets the trade, he already is being tagged by the AWPer and is in a worse position after all. Vexit on the other hand have found great timings for the lurk, but here he misplays it. Instead of pushing through murder hole and getting behind Apeks, he asks for a rotation from B to A. And Lias have to sell the fake alone on site. Here I think if Vexit would have pushed behind, he would have won the round. The second mistake is that they split up when Alistar is getting into a bad position in con, while Vexit gets a good position in jungle. But why is Alistar's position so bad? Well, it's what we call a one and done position, where usually only gets 1 kill from it before being traded. And if there was a 3v2, it's a good position, but since it's a 2v2, it's not a good position. Since then the game will be a 1v1 and a very winnable for Apeks. Noak jumps into window and dies, but here Stiko comes alive and reloads the gun to mask the sound of him jumping into the window and hits a great shot on Vexit. Now it's Stiko versus Alistar. And here you see the classic smoke on bomb and defuse strat, and Stiko wins the round. A quick reminder for smoke spam. Make a box where the bomb is planted and spam it, so this doesn't happen again, Alistar. I hope you enjoyed this. This was probably the funnest game to watch from the major, and I know so far both breakdowns and win of Apeks. So for the next one that will be coming out in some few days will be Liquid versus Navi. Stay tuned.